So the offseason is officially in full swing for the Golden State Warriors, and there is so much to talk about, including on today's show. We're talking Jonathan Kuminga, but also could Golden State trade up for one of the top prospects in the NBA draft who Steph Curry really likes? We'll get into Jonathan Kuminga first. According to report, a lot of interest around the league for his services. But first, want to welcome a brand new sponsor here on the show. Golden State Warriors Today is sponsored by Bird Dogs. When you enter the promo code chat and you make your first purchase of the most comfortable and fashionable shorts that you'll ever own, you get a free Yeti-style tumbler. Are you looking for shorts, Dub Nation, that not only look great, but feel great too? I mean, look at these pictures. You can already see it, right? Look no further than Bird Dogs. As a regular viewer of Warriors Today, you know we're all about personal stories, and Bird Dogs has got one to share. It's springtime. Summer is coming up around the corner, which means it's shorts season. But their pants, you can wear them all year round. And I've been wearing Bird Dogs for their amazing fit. Not only do they make me look great, but they make me feel confident. They make me look great and comfortable all day long. I love their stretchy fabric. Bird Dog shorts hug your legs in all the right places while still allowing for freedom of movement. That's important. My fellas, you know what I'm talking about. Don't believe me? Try them out for yourself. Click the link in the description down below or head to birddogs.com and enter the promo code chat. You see the photos here. They're very stretchable fabric, just allows that freedom of movement. And I like to wear them when I'm golfing. I can wear them when I'm running, hosting shows here at Chat Sports, a night out in the town with my homies. Versatility, comfort, look good, feel good. Birddogs.com, promo code chat. And when you make your first purchase, you get a free Yeti-style tumbler to keep your drinks cold or your coffee hot. Let's get the show underway here. Latest on Jonathan Kuminga. Zach Lowe of ESPN with some interesting stuff on the former first-round pick, 7th overall in the draft a couple of years ago. Here's what Lowe, who may I add, knows ball, had to say about Kuminga. Executives here are also buzzing about the future of Golden State Warriors after the Los Angeles Lakers and Jonathan Kuminga after the Lakers had eliminated them over the weekend. Judging from my conversations, there remains a strong level of interest in Jonathan Kuminga around the league. And for Jonathan Kuminga, it's easy to see why Kuminga is very frustrated with this current role. He was drafted 2 years ago. He hasn't gotten a lot of playing time. When he has been on the floor in this Warriors system, he's flashed a ton of ability on both sides of the floor. He's bouncy, he's long, he's athletic. He's become a better three-point shooter than I thought. He has great value in today's NBA because he can guard every position 1 through 5. And from his offensive arsenal point of view, he can take it to the rack. You can use him in the two-man games where he can throw down some dunks. The jump shot needs a little bit of improvement, but like I said, it's been a little bit better than what I thought. And this guy is still young. He's still in that developmental phase. He wants to develop because he believes he's a really good player, but he's not getting that playing time with the Warriors to develop. That's why he's one of the hottest names on the NBA trade market right now. As for what Steve Kerr had to say about Kuminga, the biggest thing was with Andrew Wiggins and Gary Payton in place again, it lessened the need for Jonathan's biggest strength, which is on-ball defense. The best way for him to get more playing time is to become a more versatile player. Rebounding is a huge thing for Jonathan Kuminga. If he's going to be a great player in this league, he's got to rebound. And you look at his playoff numbers. He barely played at all, but I actually believe that Jonathan Kuminga is a versatile player. So I actually disagree with Steve Kerr here. And with more time, I do believe just because he's a really good athlete, he could become a better rebounder. Now, his playoff stats, he didn't get any run. 6 minutes per game, and because of that, the production, not good. His minutes against the Los Angeles Lakers, Game 2, 10, all in garbage time, though, because that was that Warriors blowout. Game 3, 9, another blowout. And when the games were close, 5 and 6, he didn't play at all, logging 2 minutes and 4 minutes, 6 minutes total in those two games. Didn't play in Game 1 or 4. So for Kuminga, I can see why he's frustrated, right? He wants to know that in the 2023-2024 season, he has a role. And if he doesn't have a role with the Golden State Warriors, that's why he wants to get traded elsewhere to tap into that potential, because potential is one thing. That's the only thing that we know about Jonathan Kuminga. He wants to see it come to fruition. How does it come to fruition? Getting some PT, playing time. Do you want the Warriors to trade Jonathan Kuminga? Just simply give me a Y for yes or an N for no down below. And I'll tell you this, if the Warriors make any move this offseason, regardless of where I am, here at the Chat Sports Studios, at home, somewhere on the road, we're going to talk about it right here on the show. Our coverage of the Dubs, the best, I believe, on YouTube. Like, us in, and subscribe today. Speaking of the NBA draft with Jonathan Kuminga, that was a couple of years ago. Let's fast forward to the 2023 NBA draft. Right on brand for the San Antonio Spurs to win the NBA draft lottery. Cue up your "It's Rigged" tweets. They're going to get Victor Wembanyama, who is from France. So too was Tony Parker. The Spurs have been down the last couple of years, and now they get probably the most generational prospect potentially since LeBron James. I'm not even kidding. But the hype around Victor Wembanyama has made people kind of sleep on Scoot Henderson, who's also one of the top players in this draft class as well, and he happens to have a relationship with Steph Curry. CJ Holmes covers the Warriors for the San Francisco Chronicle. He said this on Twitter. Steph Curry is building a relationship with Scoot Henderson on and off the court. The Warriors could have young guys looking for a change of scenery, like Jonathan Kuminga, like Jordan Poole, like Moses Moody. And Portland at number 3 and Houston at number 4 are reportedly shopping their picks. Just a thought. So could Golden State surprise a lot of people, move up, and actually draft Scoot Henderson? Now, he did not play college ball. That's why a lot of people aren't too familiar with his game. But Scoot is a really good player. Played for the G League Ignite, and this past year, 16.5 points per game, 6.5 assists. He shot just shy of 43% from the floor and just shy of 28% from three-point range. Those numbers, they can certainly get a little bit better. He did play against pro-level competition as compared to college competition. When you think about his athleticism, his vertical ability, he does have some shades of a Russell Westbrook, a Derrick Rose, a Ja Morant. I think he's a little bit bigger than a Ja Morant. He might only be 6'2", really long arms like an Anthony Edwards. His wingspan stretches 6'9". He's a supreme athlete who plays with this level of aggressiveness that's really fun to watch. He'll rise up, he'll throw a dunk right on your head. Plus, he has the skills to both lead an offense and energize a defense. I think why Steph might like him, he can play the 1, he can play the 2. His pluses, high-flying athlete, needs a little space to dunk over defenders, so he doesn't really need to gather all that much. As for some of his weaknesses, shot selection, not the best. Took too many deep twos early in the shot clock, and he also needs to get better from three-point range. But if the Warriors are still in this mindset, which is where they were when they took Kuminga at 7, Moody at 14, of blending their vets with some young players as well, Scoot Henderson can give you minutes right away, I believe, because I believe his athleticism does translate to the NBA level from day one, and the Warriors have been a great developmental factory. Scoot Henderson could be a part of that developmental factory. Here's our NBA draft big board. Victor Wembanyama is going to be off the board. I like Brandon Miller as a scoring wing. Needs to add a little bit of bulk to his frame. If the Warriors move up to 3 or 4, Brandon Miller could be available. If the Charlotte Hornets go with Scoot at number 2, Anthony Black, I'm not sure if he fits all that much, but I like his versatile game. Amen Thompson out of the overtime elite, and then his brother, also 5'6". I don't really like their games. Grady Dick would be intriguing for me because he's a good defender and a good spot-up shooter, and I think the Warriors could even use more shooting on that roster. Keontae George, Jarris Walker, Taylor Hendricks, kind of rounding out our top 10. Jarris Hendricks, an intriguing option if you want to go with the big, but with the lack of development from James Wiseman, could the Warriors be gun-shy there? Then you have players like Nick Smith, Jordan Hawkins, I like a lot. I'd take him early. This guy can light it up from distance, is an awesome shooter for the defending champion, UConn Huskies. Cam Whitmore out of Villanova was hurt to start the year, but certainly showed some flashes of becoming a really good player. Cason Wallace out of Kentucky, and then Kobe Buffkin. These are the players that the Warriors could draft if they want to move up. Currently, they are slotted to pick at 19. So could they package 19 and a really good player like Kuminga to get inside that top 10? I told you, it's a great offseason for the Dubs here, and a fascinating one indeed because it's a pivotal one. So should the Warriors trade up in the draft? T for trade, S for stay. Scoot Henderson, pretty intriguing. Let us know.